No, that's wrong. Dixie Diamonds 130. Edmonton, 7:20 p.m. In response to Brent's long and impassioned speech concerning his free world salvation mission, Colonel Patterson said, "When you say that you were sent to U of Q to stop Rosier, and that was and is my mission, you pique my curiosity. Who was it exactly that sent you on this mission, and what Australian agency are you working with? Who's your liaison? How do you stay in contact?" "Here's my notepad," he added, lifting his notepad from his desk and placing it in front of Brentsey. "I understand you need to keep things hush-hush since you're involved in a joint U.S.-Australian operation, but you should explain this to your arresting officer. Could have saved us all a lot of time and worry, eh? Why don't you go ahead and jot down your Australian counterpart's contact information? I'll have Corporal Cavendish reach out and get confirmation concerning the nuts and bolts of humanware." Tapping the notepad, Patterson said, "Better late than never, though, right?" "Go ahead," he said with a nod as he wiggled his finger left and right over the notepad. "Sooner you provide contact information, the sooner we can clear all this up, eh?" "I'm certain you understand that my contact must remain confidential," Brentsey replied. "However, if you have your secretary call the U.S. Embassy and speak with Ambassador Hawkins, I'm certain that this entire mess can be mopped up." "Really?" Patterson said, his face a portrait of disbelief. "You want me to call the U.S. Embassy and speak to your ambassador?" "It's the best I can do without jeopardizing the mission," Brentsey replied. "I'm sure you understand. Here," he added, lifting the pen and jotting down 26214560, then offered it back to Patterson. "Ambassador Hunter Hawkins. Her extension is 9340. Patterson blinked thrice, accepted the pad, then stared at Brentsey for a full 5 seconds before reaching for his phone and pushing a button and saying, "Cecilia, I need you for a moment," without emotion. "Yes, sir," Corporal Cavendish replied. "Right away, sir," before disconnecting. In response to a tap on his door 3 heartbeats later, Patterson barked, "In!" Entering and closing the door behind her, Cavendish saluted, then asked, "Sir?" Patterson returned the salute that said, "Corporal, pausing, he skews his mouth to the right, then it guessed. Tells me that all of our concerns will be allayed if we call this number and ask for extension 9340, which he jotted next to the phone number. "Mr. Brentsey tells me that is the private extension for the United States Ambassador, Dr. Hunter Hawkins. Please call the number, and if what Brentsey purports is true, please apologize for my lack of proper protocol concerning her keeping her waiting, then connect me immediately. Clear?" "Crystal clear, sir," Cavendish replied. "Place a call, then contact you immediately upon speaking with Dr. Hawkins. Is that all, sir?" "It is. You are dismissed." "Thank you, sir," Cavendish replied, saluting, then turning smartly on her heel, exiting and closing the office door behind her. "This should be highly entertaining," Patterson said. "Let's hope she hasn't left early for New Year's Eve gala, eh?"